Your next electric SUV didn't scream spaceship, but quietly out-teched everything in your driveway. Meet the 2027 Mercedes Benz GLC with EQ technology. Outside, it mirrors today's gas GLC. Inside, it jumps a generation. A wall-to-wall display, an AI-driven operating system, and a cabin that can literally pulse to your playlist. All on a longer wheelbase with real-world range and true one-pedal driving. If you've been waiting for an EV that looks classic but feels futuristic, this is it. Do you want your EV to make a statement or to fit seamlessly into your life and still blow your mind inside? Design and dimensions. Mercedes didn't reinvent the face. By design, the electric GLC keeps the familiar silhouette and adds a signature illuminated grille. But under the skin, it's bigger, about 5 inches longer overall, riding on a wheelbase stretched by roughly 3.3 inches. Width is the same. Height rises a whisper, just 0.1 inch. The result? A stance that reads GLC, not concept. And that's the point. The future here is stealthy. You'll notice the extra legroom, about plus 0.5 inch up front and plus 1.9 inches in the rear, and the road presence of a more planted, premium compact SUV. Would you rather drive a future pod or a timeless shape with next-gen tech baked in? Cabin and screens. Step inside and the script flips. The optional MBUX Hyperscreen spans a stunning 39.1 inches, a single glass panel that stretches across almost the entire dash. Mid-trims get Superscreen, discrete displays, 10.3-inch driver, 14.0-inch center. Base models even offer a non-touch passenger picture frame for your own photos. Then there's the 4D Burmester system, seat vibrations you feel in your core, plus ambient lights that pulse with music or flash safety alerts. Running it all is MB.OS, Mercedes' new AI-enhanced platform with facial recognition login, Mercedes Pay Plus, video streaming, Teams calls, and seamless over-the-air updates. Powertrains and dynamics. At launch, the GLC 400 4MATIC brings dual-motor muscle, 483 horsepower, and 596 pound-feet, good for a claimed 0 to 60 in 4.4 seconds. Efficiency is engineered in. The front motor can disconnect when cruising, while the rear motor uses an integrated 2-speed transmission for punch off the line and calmer RPM at speed. Available 4-wheel steering shrinks the turning circle to a tidy 36.7 feet and adds high-speed stability. Following that, the single-motor, rear-drive GLC 300 lands with 369 horsepower and 372 pound-feet. Mercedes estimates 0 to 60 in 5.9 seconds. Both are rated to tow around 5,300 pounds. Air suspension, derived from the S-Class, will be optional on the 400, while the 300 keeps it simpler and lighter for maximum range. Range charging. Power comes from a 94 kilowatt-hour usable NMC battery on an 800-volt backbone. Plug into a 330 kilowatt DC fast charger, and Mercedes says you can add up to 185 miles in about 10 minutes, or go from 10% to 80% in roughly 24 minutes. The GLC 400 is quoted at up to 700 kilometers, WLTP, approximately 435 miles. Expect US EPA to land a bit north of 300 miles. The GLC 300, potentially closer to 350. Bidirectional charging lets you power tools or your home in a pinch. You get 3 levels of regen plus D Auto, which uses map data to decide when to coast or harvest. Mercedes estimates roughly 99% of braking events can be regen only. First ride impressions in a GLC 400 with air suspension were pure refinement, a spacious feel, a hush that's hard to achieve without an engine to mask road noise, and only a whisper of wind. Multiple drive modes include a terrain setting with a transparent bonnet view that shows the ground right in front of you. Materials. Pricing. Mercedes will even offer an interior certified by the Vegan Society, guaranteeing no animal-derived materials anywhere inside, down to adhesives and dyes, alongside traditional leather on higher trims and AMG line packages. Timing. U.S. arrivals are slated for 2026 as a 2027 model. Pricing. The 2026 gas GLC starts just under $51,000. The plug-in hybrid sits around $61,500. Expect the electric GLC to carry a premium, Single motor variants possibly in the low $60,000. Dual motor GLC 400 with EQ technology around the mid $70,000, depending on tariffs and options. The 2027 GLC with EQ technology is the crossover for buyers who want the future without the fuss. Timeless outside, transformative inside, and finally engineered for the way you actually drive, charge, and live. If you want to see how it stacks up against another electric SUVs, tap the video on your screen for more review, and please subscribe for our real-world range test and pricing deep dive as launch gets closer.